Hi, I'm back. I'm going to be talking about the moon in Libra, and I'm not in the best of health today, so I apologize if I sound tired. Um, so let's look at the traits of the moon in Libra first. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, one on relationships, romantic or especially in Libra, it's more of one-on-one relationships. It also rules art, and wherever Venus is, it kind of beautifies everything. So you may have a beautiful mother or a mother who is very into beauty, but Libra also rules legality. So if she wasn't like that, she may have been involved in more of the legal stuff. And if you don't see that in a person or their mother, perhaps they were just very good with words. Libra likes to charm other people, and with the moon here, you do this very naturally, and oftentimes they can go back and forth, and be quite indecisive because these people genuinely don't want to ruffle any feathers. They may have been the middle child in a household where they were like the mediator, in that sense. And they can be quite skilled at managing conflicts. So it's represented by the scales, right? But the scales are not always balanced. It's always going up and down, and Libra wants balance. Libra doesn't like the extremities, because the sign that goes after Libra is Scorpio, so they're quite different in that sense. Unfortunately, Libra rules divorce, as even though it also rules marriages. So depending on how the moon is aspected, a person may have experienced divorce from a young age, and that's why the parents may have gone to court and settle all these legal stuff at a young age, if the moon is not in a comfortable aspect to the sun especially. And Libra ultimately is a cardinal air sign, so cardinal signs like to take action, and air signs are about communication. So although sometimes they may come across as a bit airheaded to other people, they will ultimately put that into action because it's still a cardinal sign. And especially if they have sun in an air sign, it's double air. It can make a person seem a bit flighty, especially in relationships, because at the end of the day, Libras, I feel they enjoy the flirtation and the lightheartedness of a relationship more, but when it comes to commitment, they have to be sure about a partner, and the partner has to give them some form of freedom, because ultimately it's still an air sign. And Libra, like I mentioned, rules legality, so it also rules debates. And the way these people channel their emotions or anger is through arguments or debates, or in more through like words. So words are very important to them, and they may be they may be more of a words of affirmations kind of person. The love languages, they may need that very strongly. But Libra is expert with words, so although they are quite charming, you'll find that you don't want to get into a debate with them, because they somehow will always manage to come out with a logical argument that you're like, oh, they could charm you very easily. So it's quite difficult to get into debates with these people. But ultimately, you know, internally they need harmony. They need balance. They don't like conflict. This sign, although they enjoy debates, they can be conflict avoidance. They don't like actual fights or actual beef between people. That makes them very uncomfortable. Whether they like you or not, they may not be able to be real and show you that they don't really it takes a lot for them to be mean to someone in that sense, because that's just not their personality. So the first person that comes up when I search Moon in Libra is Leonardo DiCaprio. And so these people may be very known for their relationships, like Justin Bieber. I believe Ariana Grande is a Moon in Libra. And, you know, Justin Bieber, he's known for his relationships and his marriage. You know, there's a lot of debate going on about his past relationship with Selena and his current relationship with Hailey. And seventh house is one of the houses that deals with other people, right? So it deals with the public, not in the sense of 10th house where it's more broad, but seventh is more direct, but it's still one of the houses that is considered to put someone in more of a public eye. But personally, I feel it's more personal, it's more one-on-one, because that's what the seventh is about. And the seventh house is also a mirror that we can't see in ourselves. So these people, how do I put this? But more so in the seventh than in Libra, because the house, it plays out differently than the sign. So I won't go too much into detail about that now, but maybe when I touch on the seventh house, I will. If you look at DiCaprio, he's also known for his romantic roles that he plays on film. So that's, you know, with his Scorpio sun there, that Scorpio is about a deep connection with someone that fulfills his ego in a way. But Scorpio would like more of a real and private connection. But with the sun, that it kind of contradicts, because sun shines a light onto things. Harry Styles is known for his eccentric, you know, he's an Aquarius sun, fashion style. But I think that's the fashion, when we look at fashion, we should look at Venus more, because Venus is your aesthetic. And with the moon there, their Venus sign may impact them a lot more. So Harry Styles also has Venus in Aquarius, I believe. Yes. So he's using his Venus, the aesthetic, to express his feelings. Because moon is about your innermost feelings. And yes, Ariana Grande is a moon in Libra, and she has a beauty line, right? A makeup brand, REM. So that really fulfills what her soul needs, because to some people say it's superficiality, but personally, I think it doesn't always lead to superficiality. It's definitely what they genuinely need. Because moon is your inherent instinct, your need. It's something you can't really change it, even if you tried. It's very close to you. It's your early childhood as well. So Ariana has Jupiter conjunct her moon. And Fortune in Libra as well. So Jupiter expands everything, and Jupiter is your luck. She also has it in the 9th house, which is ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter is also about further travels and higher learning. So if you know Ariana, you know that her fans are very protective and supportive of her, because she genuinely is, you know, a nice person. Libras want to be nice, but sometimes they can, especially if you have Pisces in your chart, you can sometimes avoid people just because you don't want to have conflict and upset anybody. And it's no surprise that, you know, Ariana and Justin are singers, because not in the sense that Taurus rules the throat, but in the sense that Libras appreciate art and beauty. They appreciate Kristen Stewart, sorry. They appreciate they genuinely appreciate the art form in itself. Now, Kristen Stewart is said to come across as unemotional, but I attribute that more to her Aquarius MC, Midheaven. Amber Heard. I think it's interesting that Amber is a moon in Libra. Looking at the case she had with Johnny, which is kind of recent. I guess the flip side of this is when they're out of balance, it's really how do I explain this? They can be manipulative in their own way, not in a way like other signs, but in a way that they want to charm you. They want to be liked in that sense. And if you look at I just think it's interesting that, you know, Libra rules legality, and the whole drama was in the court, was, you know, publicized. In the whole drama in the courtroom was so public. And we don't have a birth time, so it's a bit difficult to pinpoint. Nikola Tesla. Kate Winslet is a double Libra. Is she? Is Meghan the one who married Prince Harry? Is she a moon in Libra? She's a Leo with Libra moon. If you watch the media, you would see that Amber Heard and Meghan, they haven't had the best. Meghan Markle, they haven't had the best reputation, I would say. And that can be the downside of Moon in Libra, is wanting so much to be liked that it throws them off balance, and their internal state, you know, is just up and down, and it can be quite extreme, even though it's not a Scorpio moon. And that's interesting, because Scorpio is fixed, right? And Libra is cardinal, so Libra will ultimately go after what Libra wants, because opposing Libra is Aries. And especially for Leo, in Megan's case, she really cares about what the public thinks of her. So that can be one difficulty for her. It won't be the same for everyone, you know, because your chart doesn't determine your personality 100%. Ultimately, you have to make the choice yourself. You know, once you know your chart, whether that resonates with you and what you're going to do with it, because everybody has a different upbringing. Even if you have the same signs, the ascendant might be different, and your environment ultimately will affect the way you think and behave. So it's not the end all and be all. Emma Stone, I consider Emma Stone to be quite a likable personality. She has Venus in Libra, Moon and Fortune conjunct in the second house, Mercury in Libra in the third. But being a Scorpio, we don't know that much about her personal life, so it's hard to say. And Anne Hathaway, is that true? Also Scorpio Sun Libra Moon? She's quite charming, isn't she? And quite, she's known for her beauty, right? She has a midheaven in Libra. So especially with, sorry, midheaven, that's what the public, that's what you show the public, and that's what they see. And Kylie Jenner also has midheaven in Libra. So in Kylie's case, you know, she made a business out of beauty. But in Anne's case, she's a very likable person, because that's what she portrays. And actually that's when they're not in that overly wanting to charm others kind of space, they can be quite likable. Although in some videos you see that Anne is you can tell that she's doing this deliberately, but ultimately she has quite a good reputation, I feel. She has Saturn and Pluto. Oh! Saturn and Pluto conjunct in Libra. Moon and midheaven as well in 10th. Sometimes Saturn will restrict a person's wherever Saturn is a restriction, right? So if you have Saturn conjunct Moon or Moon in Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, it can oftentimes make a person restrict their emotions and rationalize it. And that's why in Anne's case, I believe we can attribute Saturn to, you know, she doesn't have outward displays of volatile emotions. So Libra is a skill, so it can play out either way. Either people really, really like them, you know, that's a positive end, or people don't, and because they are being overly deliberate in their actions. And I find it interesting that although Libra and Scorpio are quite different, they both address, you know, two ends of a spectrum. But Scorpio is more about a spectrum. Scorpio is the flow of energy, like the infinity sign. Libra is more logical. It's more it's interesting because Scorpio rules black and white thinking, right? But Libra, if you look at the scales, it's not a flow of energy. It goes up and down, and it's, you know, it can be both. Bradley Cooper, Alicia Keys, she's a Pisces rising, which makes a lot of sense. Adriana Lima. Is that so? At one point, the website was saying she's a Scorpio moon. I thought she was Scorpio moon, but her moon is in 28 degrees Libra. So if the birth timing is correct, then she's a Libra. And you'll find that perhaps a lot of people in the beauty industry will have this sign, especially in the sun sign, like Bella Hadid is a Libra. So is Kim Kardashian, because sun shines, right? Libra is more private, so in the moon, people may not even know that about you, that you're into beauty and all these things, unless you have inclination to share it. And Kim, if you know about the Kardashians, the father who passed was a lawyer, and son represents father, and Kim went on to study law. But with the moon there, it may have been the mother, or the mother figure, whoever was more of a follower in the household. Because moon follows the sun, and the sun is there in the center. You see, there's nothing extreme we can say about these people because they are not, not everybody, but most of them are not extreme people. Walt Disney. Yeah, that's very Moon in Libra because the Disney films is a lot about princesses and princes and all the romantic storylines, like Cinderella, Little Mermaid, like Snow White. So he's really playing into that. He's really using his moon to gain meaning and a sense of fulfillment, like genuine fulfillment from his work. And that's the only, and it's his first house of the self. So he truly feels this way, and first house moon can oftentimes point to early fame. So he has this placement. That's very interesting. Olivia Rodrigo, she's a Pisces with moon in Libra. Yes, she and Ariana, I feel like the fans that they got fans quite quickly, and especially in Olivia's case, you see that she rose to fame very quickly, and she comes across as very likable. She's a Pisces sun as well, so she knows what people want. She knows what to give them, and she's genuinely creative because both her sun and moon are in creative signs, Pisces and Libra. Her midheaven is in Libra there. See, that's a strong indicator of being liked by the public. That's a strong sign. And I think Olivia writes her own music, right? So that's very aligned with Libra being an air sign and dealing with words. Her moon is very close to her midheaven, so that points to early fame as well. But you kind of have to work towards it, with midheaven being ruled by Capricorn. But she doesn't have a problem because she's a Capricorn rising, so her whole personality is very hardworking and very driven. And honestly, I know two Pisces people. I believe they both have Libra moons. They are quite driven, but Pisces will not show you that driven side usually. but they have an innate understanding of people. So these two people that I know, they also got a lot of support from the public quite quickly, not to the extent of, you know, celebrities, but it's still considered quite a bit. And I believe that partly comes from a lot of hard work that we don't see. And I don't think Libra moon will necessarily want you to think they worked overly hard for it, because Libra is about balance. Nicole Smith. It's 25 minutes. Okay. Rob Kardashian. If you know Rob, he's very low-key, right? In the Kardashian movies, we practically don't even, I mean the shows, we practically don't even see him, and that's very true to his nature. He's a Pisces sun as well, so he wants to hide. Whereas Kim, with Libra being a sun, it's so interesting. She's a Pisces moon, so their sun and moon are switched. Anyway, with her Libra being a sun, she wants to shine, you know, for her Libra traits. Like through beauty, almost seeming shallow to others. But I don't think she's shallow. She has moon in Pisces. So in private, she's very deep, and you can see that she cries easily, right? Whereas in Rob's case, he genuinely doesn't want to be in the public eye. He's a Pisces with moon in Libra, and the other end of the scale is that he's genuinely not wanting or needing the attention, so we hardly see him, and he's probably like, you know, plays a peaceful role in the family, like a mediator sometimes, not always, but like he's not the one to cause conflicts usually. We don't even see him anyway, so I think that's about it, unless I can find anyone else that I know more of. I just got a message, so okay. I think I will go into your reading, Libra moons. So Libra is also about self-care, right? Because it's ruled by Venus. So I have my self-care deck. And what can we get for moon in Libra? Oh, I feel like this one. Dream journal. That's very Piscean, but journaling may help you process your emotions, because your moon is an air sign. So you may be very, you may find that journaling helps you a lot, whether it's about your dreams or other topics. You may find that it's a good way, it's a good outlet. Connect with crystals. Crystals are sometimes about the aesthetic, right? And some of you are probably already into the spiritual stuff. That's probably why you're watching this video. Okay, anyway. Flow like water. I'm getting strong water energy here. All these three cards are pointing towards water signs, especially Pisces. And secondly, Cancer. Is someone swimming here, diving? Then family at the bottom of the deck. If you have Scorpio in your chart, like in Venus or Pisces in your chart, it may help you to go more towards explore the spiritual side. But because your moon is an air sign, you might want to do it, you know, in a more, the first step that might help you would be to use words, to write down things, to gather your thoughts. But is someone leaving their crystals behind, or is like feeling disappointed because someone's meditating on something? Yeah, someone's Libras don't take action sometimes because it's opposing Aries, right? Aries is about immediate action. Someone's watching and waiting. The lady is holding a pendulum. Are you avoiding something, or like thinking very hard about something, or trying to avoid a conflict? I feel like if you can't say it to someone directly, you need to write it down because it's gonna eat you up if you don't let it out, you know. Sometimes I see that happen in certain charts. Share your voice. Yeah, come out of the cave. Persecution experience. Someone's hiding in a cave. I get very strong Pisces vibes. There's a pyramid here. Egypt. Someone's afraid to say something and is eating them up. That's the message. Just say yes. Someone just wants to agree with whatever the person is saying. Could be a family member with family at the bottom of the deck. Council of Light. There are religious figures here. Not necessarily, but whatever you believe in. Someone's even feeling pushed. Sometimes Libras let people take advantage of them, and that's when the scales get out of balance, and I really don't want that for you if you're watching. Be a Christian or a Catholic. Whoop. King of Wands. Okay, so watching this, especially the male, I feel like the male, if you're a male watching, you're fine. But if you're female watching, it's what I just said. But you're probably gaining clarity from this reading and knowing what action to take. But the king usually meditates on it before he takes action, right? The knight just goes for it. Or you could be cutting out a person. You know that you have to use very cutting words if... And Moon in Libra doesn't want to do that. Yeah, you don't want to use your cutting words. You're going back and forth, back and forth. But someone's very good with words. There's a crown on top of that Ace of Swords. Can you see? I don't know. Someone's very good with words, and the card's saying you should really go into that. Why the flow like water? Oh. Yeah, it's saying that when you go into the religious or spiritual stuff, it kind of confuses you. It kind of scares you even. Religion confuses you, and you might want to go into the spiritual stuff because the Hierophant represents religion, and someone's maybe not wanting to tell family that I don't believe in religion, I want to go towards spirituality. And to be very honest, even though I'm doing YouTube, I don't tell people close to me about it. So, but to me it's okay because I'm okay with it, you know. I have Venus in the 8th, if you will, but to you, you want to share your voice because Moon in air sign wants to talk, wants to communicate, and you need that. Especially the father figure could be like, no, don't pursue that. Justice, Libra card. You want justice, you want fairness. This is a good sign because this is a positive card. But like I said, because of the scales, right, it could go either way. So I need to clarify this card. Why the justice? Is someone going to court? 9 of Cups. You're gonna get, okay, so it's a good but I feel like only one person is gonna feel good about this situation. Actually no, the female here looks comfortable. I take that back. I think you got your justice, and the other guy, the male figure, I feel gets a wish fulfillment or something to just satisfy him. You know, like, here you go, just take that money and stop arguing with me. Sorry. I just want to make light of the situation because this seems like Ace of Cups. An offer. Okay, so it looks like you'll be able to work things out. Someone may have changed their mind about what you were saying. I mean, you're a Moon in Libra. You will be able to work things out. You know how to, inherently. I feel like the mother and father may have been separated already, but you guys are on good terms. There's a Queen of Cups. I pulled it in reverse. And then I pulled it upright. This is a different person. Why the Queen of Cups? There's a manipulative female here. Yeah, High Priestess in reverse. So that could be a third. Readers always say this third party, but it could also be that, you know, you're being told not to follow the High Priestess route, the spiritual route, and you could be being manipulated into that. You're being confused and manipulated into like, oh, you must follow religion, that kind of thing. I'm not here to say that religion is bad. I'm just saying in this person's situation or whoever that I'm reading for, that's the case. Some male figure is very, very overbearing, very, very bossy, if you will. But ultimately, if you keep to yourself, you'll be satisfied enough. Okay, I feel that that was some advice that you just needed an assurance to hear. We just needed a yes, you know. Your mother may have, with this moon on the mother's head, been the more spiritual one, whereas the father was not, and that's why you're probably closer to the mother in this card. Oh, sorry, this card. It's not that the father is wrong, it's just that he always thinks he's right. Beauty ritual, yep. Moon and Libras need this. It helps you to be still, but meditation is, it's not the first thing that you go towards. You gravitate towards art, beauty, could be henna, a jaguar, temporary tattoos, nail polish. And for me, honestly, the aesthetic of the crystals matter. So I know how you feel, like if you're looking, but you're putting that aside and going back to your beauty rituals. Could have dyed your hair purple like this girl in the card, or green, or five rules Leo, right? So if you have a Leo friend, I have a Leo moon, so if you have a person with Leo in the chart, they may be helping you get back to that side of you that's very into beauty and the arts. King of Swords reversed. Is the male figure even stopping you from doing beauty rituals? I feel like there's a male figure here who's very controlling and even stopping you from doing this. That's why you've been so out of, not been, you know, honoring that side of you. You could be a male and you could be into this, and, you know, because they're so religious, they don't like that. What's the outcome? You know, the outcome is not fixed. It's controlled by you, you know. Never mind, I'm not going to ask that question. Because I want you to decide for yourself what's the outcome. See the skills here? Someone's taking too much. This is someone else. Someone's giving very little and being like, you should be happy with this. Or you could be holding back from giving to people that are acting poor. It's a burden to give. It's becoming a burden. Okay, you're no longer contemplating on something. You're no longer hiding something. A male figure has been very upset and causing a more softer person, whether you're male or female, to be very out of touch with their intuition and themselves. There could have been a lot of fast words exchange, and someone even stopped working or said you don't work hard enough. You're trying to avoid all of this, but you're still listening in. It's asking you to take a step back, not take action. And your beauty ritual will really help you. You just mainly beauty ritual. Again, dream journal. It says, are you sleeping? Someone may not. Someone's not seeing something. Spend time with animals at the bottom. That's a different energy again. But she has like the astrological stars on her arms. Whoop! Make a vision board. Someone I feel has tried everything, like yoga, affirmations, vision boards. And it's really going back to the basics, you know, of self-care. So yeah, I mean, this came out twice, so you could mean something different for you. And I'm gonna stop there. It's been 45 minutes, so I hope this was helpful when in Libra. If you have any questions, you can message me on Instagram or email me. And whatever you're going through, I hope that, you know, you have people around you that support you as well. You have that people that you vibe with. Those are the people that you should go towards, you know, because sometimes we already know, if we already know that person's going to disagree with us, there's no need to start something. All right, that's just my take. See you in the next one. Bye.